Welcome back to my show, which is by myself, only myself. It's been 2 weeks since I made a video. Why? Why have I not released a video in 2 weeks? Because I probably haven't had enough psychedelics or probably haven't had enough things to calm me down. But I figured I have to make one because if I don't, then my brain's gonna go cuckoo or crazy because I think everything is pretty cuckoo and crazy these days. Whether it be the world, I can't believe Putin and Trump met too. Whether it be the world or just me at home, like how my words keep hurting my family's feelings. Relatives, not relatives, my brother. Probably relatives too, but I don't get a chance to talk to them. Probably don't want to. Because if I state facts, if I start stating facts, people's feelings get hurt. I don't give a shit about people's feelings, man. Fuck off. I can say what the fuck I want. If you don't like what I say, then get out of the room. Get out of the room if you don't like what I say. Get the fuck out. Just like a podcast, I can say what the fuck I want. Don't try and control me. But at the same time, I do care about my siblings' feelings. So if they do get too fat, or if they get too gay, then I probably have to tell them. I don't know about the too gay part. I don't think you can change that. But if you are too fat, you can change it. And to be honest, I'm fat too. So if I can't say other people are fat, does that mean I can't call myself fat too? How I talk to myself is how I talk to other people. And it's just more real. It's more straight. Boom, 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 boom. It's more straight up. Like I give you the information as is. And if you don't like it, then fucking don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. I'm full of shit. I'm just talking shit. And if you don't like talking shit, then I'm not for you. So, why did I do my podcast today after 2 weeks? I should have done it last week, to be honest. I shouldn't have skipped. It's like a brain mental exercise, speaking to yourself. It's a mental exercise, and if you don't, far out, that tension builds up. It builds up like cray, 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 cuckoo. It builds up like crazy, and your brain just starts hurting because it's trying to expand and trying to like understand everything. But if you just hold it all in, it's like learning a skill, learning how to drive, but you don't ever drive. Or learning how to use a hammer, but you don't get to use a hammer. It's learning something. Downloading information to your brain, but you never use it. But you think about it all the time. So then, of course, you're gonna go crazy if you can't use it. All right, let's talk about feelings. Let's talk about feelings and how it can be a weakness, or maybe not. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. So initially, I'll think if someone says, hey, you shouldn't call this person fat, or oh, hey, you shouldn't give constructive criticism, because my siblings were telling me I don't give constructive criticism. I never have the intention to, at least not yet. You don't meet someone on day one and give them constructive criticism because you don't even know what the fuck is going on. The only thing you can say is like, hey, I haven't seen you in like a year and you look fat as fuck. I didn't put it that way. I say, whoa, it seems like your diet doesn't seem to be working. And then he'll be like, oh, I have been eating protein. Well, it doesn't seem that way. Because that's the fact. That's how it fucking looks. Like, if you use that term in front of other people, they're going to think about that too. They're going to think the exact same thing. Because we're all humans. I'm not chasing you, telling you you're fat, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat every day. It's just the first day I see you, it's, hey, you look bigger than before. And so do I. I look big all the time. But if you do look bigger than before, I want other people to tell me. That's how I get fat, because people don't tell me. People are scared to tell people they're fat. That's why we have so many fat people in New Zealand. Oh, it's a fucking virus. It's the number one killer, and people don't want to talk about it. That's fucked up. And it's so hard to share your feelings when you can't even be honest. Then I'd rather not have a conversation with you then. If I can't be real, then fuck off. Shut the fuck up and fuck off. This goes to like, that's why I probably lost all my friends. But But it's okay. I don't need them. I don't know. I don't need people in my life that like to sugarcoat shit. There are people in my life that like to sugarcoat shit, and I just break that barrier. If you're gonna talk about bullshit, if we are gonna have a dinner or a party or a catch up, and if we're just gonna sit there and say, "Oh, how are you? How's work? Yeah, it's so difficult. I gotta drive in traffic like like an hour and a half. I don't know. It's driving a lot, lining up, waiting, doing shit you don't like." If you're gonna sugarcoat working for someone else, like working for someone else is just an escape to put your responsibility onto that company or that other person. So if you're not gonna take responsibility of your life and do things you love, and you want to do what other people love, work for them, do what they love, you're a fucking loser then, unless you're new to the system and you need to build up wealth. But by the time you build up wealth, you need to switch to something you do like. Yeah? Don't rely on the system or other people's system. Create your own system. Do something you do like. I just can't stand people like not being themselves and getting mad at people that want to be themselves. That is crazy. That's New Zealand, right? Tall poppy syndrome. Getting mad at other people for doing what they like. Whoa. That's like crazy. That's like taking away my freedom. And that's what it feels like when I go back to my parents' place. My parents are okay. I think it's my siblings. They're still stuck in the system. My parents are a bit scared to give me shit. But that's out of fear, though, which is quite annoying. Instead of speaking up, I like how my brothers and brother and sister. I like how my siblings like to speak up. They should do it more if they do feel that way. It's just hard to tell because they have the personality of either walking away or just holding it in instead of confronting the problem. And I think it's quite good. I think it's good that they share their opinion. If they think they're right, that's good on them. Not really, but I have to respect that. And if I think I'm right, I'm not going to push them to live my way or believe in my belief. But I'm not going to change my belief for their belief, if that makes sense. And I'm going to respect what they decide. But at the same time, it's like, if I know that this boat has a hole in it and it's going to sink, I can't let my family travel with you all the time because you're on a sinking boat. But if you believe your boat is not sinking, I'm not going to try to convince you it is. I'll remind you it's sinking, but if you don't believe it is, then you're fucked. Right? Then you're fucked. So I hope my brother's diet plan is working, because if it's not, if it doesn't work out, which it doesn't seem like because you're not building muscle, so it's unlikely going to work out if you're not working out. So I should voice my opinion, but it's just not constructive. But I don't care if it's constructive. If you can't even accept the fact of the problem, it doesn't matter how constructive it is, you're not going to accept it because you already believe you're on the right path. Oh, man, mind fuck. That's how mind fucked I am this week. Ooh. Mind fuckery. I'm just so mind fucked. I don't know how to heal from this shit. I was like, maybe I should take sertraline. But no, you get addictions. And my sister's still seeing a psychologist. I've seen psychologists before. They're usually more high than me. They're on next level drugs. But, yeah, it's hard to convince someone that psychologists don't work. Which they don't, because if you ask a psychologist who they've healed, they would respond like that. They will say, they'll try to think of who they healed, which is absolutely no one, because once you heal them, they don't go back. They don't get repeat business. They're not supposed to heal you. A psychologist, if you study something in university, it's part of the trap. right? Anything you can study at school is part of the system because they need slaves in that division. And that's how they wash their money. That's where they print them. That's where they hand them out. Subsidies, right? So, if you... Hello. Apologies, my mic cut off. Not my mic cut off, my AirPlay to my MacBook cut off. So, it's... Sorry, I was cut off. I fixed it. Now we're back again. We're talking about accounting, lawyers, and anything in the system because those are the professions that are leeches. Leech. Anything in university are leech systems. So they suck onto society and just suck out as much money or fees or memberships or whatever, right? Like anything in the system sucks the shit out of you. Unless it's like personal trainers, but then they're not part of the university or school guidelines. So you don't get to lift weights at school much unless you're part of a lifting team or something. I don't know. But yeah, I never had gym sessions at school where you lift weights. It's never happened before. And yeah. But anyways, back to lawyers and accountants. They do. They just suck the shit out of you. They're like leeches. And that's part of the government. That's how the system's set up. They suck fees. There's GST involved, so the government gets their share. Just any kind of like service, right? It's almost like any service that they make up prices. Like any service that's not the same price across companies, or how do I put it? Like if one lawyer charges one fee, another charges another, then there's something going on. But at the same time, you do get better lawyers if you pay more usually, but not all of them. I've had good lawyers before, which is great. They charge a fucking arm and a leg, but if they get you out of a conviction, that's worth the money, right? If you don't get convicted, it's not on your record, then you still got to pay the 10 G's for each session, or maybe not a session, like each couple of months. Then it's probably worth it. There's probably ones that cost way more than that. But if you're against the Crown, they probably don't have good lawyers too, because it's part of the system. So if you're against the Crown, just have a slightly better lawyer. Then when you lawyer up, you'll be good. Accountants too. So if the IRD's on your ass, you get a slightly better one, and then you can beat the IRD. So long as you work together with your accountant and lawyer, etc. All right, it's getting boring. Boring. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about leeches? What's important? Okay, what's stressing me out this week is my wife going to surgery end of month. Oh, it's freaking me out. Because I only just Googled the shit she has to go through. She has to, what do you call it? A PD something, where you have to have dialysis through the tummy, and there'll be like a tube in your abdomen, and it's like this long, I think. I keep making it longer than it is when I tell people, but it's actually my wife keeps saying, "You're making it this long now." I'm like, okay, maybe it's exaggerating, but it is fucking crazy. But it's like she's gonna become half cyborg. She's gonna become half cyborg, and it stresses me out because what if there's no power? But then you think about it, it hasn't been no power in my life. There hasn't been blackouts in my life, right? Yet for that long, and even if there is, we could probably solve it. Interesting. Maybe I should buy a generator. Then I don't have to stress the fuck out. If I have a generator at home, then I can sort it out a little bit, kind of, maybe. I don't know. My wife needs a new kidney. I'm thinking about giving her my one. But again, it's like, she probably even if she does get a kidney transplant, she needs another one in 10 years. So I'll save mine till we're older. And I just got to keep staying healthy. And I get less fat too. Fuck. Keep getting fat. I have cut down the ice cream, which has helped. Less bloated. My fat has gone down. Does feel good. I feel more energy without taking testosterone, which is good. I'm still taking ashwagandha and tongat ali, which are great. It does raise your testosterone. I've had blood tests already, but it raises it very slightly. So I was like on the border of like not enough testosterone, right? There's like a line in the New Zealand system. So I took the supplements and now I have just enough testosterone, which is weird. I get angry all the time. I would assume that I have more, but then I could be just bitchy angry. I might be angry like a bitch. So like holding it all in. Don't hold things in. You're just killing yourself. Never hold things in. Different beliefs. My family, my siblings leaning one way, the shut the fuck up way. And my kids, I'm leaning the other, like let it all out way. And it does get offensive. Like I get what it means. Like my brother, not my brother, my son, which I kind of treat like my brother. I just treat people like individual souls. And new bodies or old bodies. You logged in earlier or you logged in later. But anyways, yesterday, what happened? It's like, do you want to... My wife and I asked my son, do you want to eat something? And then, I think this is what we asked. And then he's like, oh, what, out of your butt? Out of your ass? Like, thinking about it now, it is quite funny. But at the time, I was like, hey, why are you being mean and rude? Like, talking about, like it sounds like a mockery. But it's just whatever's in the brain that shoots out. It may not... It's like having Tourette's in the brain. Like, but is that even a disease? I don't know. What if they just like to make sounds like that? My daughter does have that. It does annoy me sometimes. The other two kids are okay. It's just the eldest. Maybe because I was still having anger issues when she was born. Maybe it's that. Don't blame it on that. Don't be stuck there, Zara. Like victim mentality, like my siblings. Oh yeah, my dad used to be mad and throw things around and smack my butt. Probably did. Not hard like she gets bruises or cuts, just to scare her. But I think the shouting part is quite scary though. Which I still shout. I go, ah! Not at them though. I do get out of the room or I try to give warnings when I do want to let go. Like, fuck everything. But, I don't do it to scare them. Whereas when I was younger, you kind of like snap to get everyone out of the way. But now instead of getting everyone out of the way by snapping, I get out of the way and then I snap. Then I can snap like as hard as I want. I'll scream as loud, as hard as I want, which is quite nice. It's quite afterwards you feel a little bit more zen because you got so much tension built up, and which often is just a lack of expression. If you don't know how to express yourself through exercise or podcasts or all that shit, then it's bound to grow and explode. Right? So it's very important to just control yourself and not explode. All right, what else is important this week? By the way, if the video cuts off, it's the end of the video. That's how I'm dealing with it for now. I bought new cables. Okay, this is probably why I didn't make a video last week. Because I bought cables. I chat with GPT. It told me the cables I need. I bought all the stuff I need. The software. I tried everything. But I cannot AirPlay 4K on my laptop. Because I want to see where I am. I want to make sure I'm in the frame. Right? So my laptop's playing. And then it AirPlays onto that. But if you want to connect a cable onto the MacBook or laptop, whatever, and have a view of how you look, Apple's system cuts off and makes it all blurry, so you can't see yourself. So the only way you can see yourself is with AirPlay. But the problem with AirPlay is it lags like fuck right now. It used to be better. Might be because I'm on a new OS, maybe. I don't know. But it used to be so much smoother, even with 4K. But now with 4K, it just lags and it cuts off, and it's awful. It's awful, but it works 90% of the time. It's just that 10% annoys me. It annoys me. But it's okay. I'll find a way, maybe. But I got other shit to do. I need to start doing more videos. I keep procrastinating things, which is probably not a good idea. maybe. Also, like accountants wanting more information. Every 2 months, I have to get audited because I get money back from the government. I get GST back. And, my paperwork has to be tidy. Otherwise, the government doesn't give me my money. So it's a relationship, but it's annoying. It's a nagging relationship. It's like, imagine your husband or your partner keeps asking you, hey, give me the receipts for everything you spend today. Like every day. Like, and it's right there. It's in the bank transactions. Just take my word for it. Or take the bank transactions word for it. But no, you have to tidy it up. You need to scan it all up. You need blah, 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 blah. But then it's good because then I have a record myself instead of just my accountants having the record. But then I could say that they should have the record. It's a puzzle game. And then without dealing with yourself, you can't play the puzzle game, right? You can't play the system game if you're not real with yourself. So that's why I cut people off. Because if they can't be real with what I say, then how do you battle the bigger battles? Because the smaller battles, you're already in denial. Or you're going to say, yeah, I'm getting there. But like how long? Like end of the month there? Or, end of the year there? Like when? When are you going to get there? I'm seeing a psychologist. I'm getting there. When? When are you going to finish seeing your psychologist? It's never ending. They just expect you to go back and pay $200 each session. I'd rather go to a whorehouse. At that rate, I'd rather double that and get a nice hooker. I don't now. I would like to. Not right now, but if I had to spend the money, I think my wife would probably prefer me to go to the whorehouse. As long as I don't lie about it. She'll probably drop me off, which she has before. But that was a regret one. But that was no good. Old granny, catfish whores. Oh, the worst. That's probably why it's been putting me off going to outside women. PTSD from catfish whores. And then you get stories from your mates, like they pick up girls from Tinder and then they're like catfishes. And then I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that. It's pretty good. But then, it's quite interesting. I wonder if not mating all the time with other people holds you back because you don't have to drive, the testosterone drive. But it's okay. I think I can't control it. So if I do let loose, I'm just going to be a rabbit. I'm going to be a rabbit fucking everything. So I might as well not let that rabbit loose. Could be an excuse. Maybe I'm just fucking tricking myself. Maybe I should let the rabbit loose. But then I need to buy. If I'm the rabbit, then it's only fair I buy my wife something else for her to be a rabbit with. Tricky situation. Maybe I'm avoiding thinking about it. Because I'm just focusing on making more money. But when is enough? When is enough? If you can afford something, daily or weekly, is that not enough? I don't know. I'm just steel manning myself. Why I should have a whore or a side piece. But as first of all, I don't know where it's gonna go. But as long as you don't lie about it, then the other person can't get hurt. The only reason they get hurt is if they hide their true feelings. If they don't like you doing it and say, yeah, just go do it then. Yeah, just go do it. Then it's not truthful. So when you do it, then they get hurt. But if it's a agreement between the two, which is genuine and nothing is in between, if you don't get hurt and you say that, I can believe you don't get hurt. So maybe it's something to consider. All right, I'm not going to continue this conversation. I haven't had the deep enough thought about it. I've been avoiding it because I don't want to pay $500 each week for a hooker, or a prostitute, or a working lady. I'm trying to use correct terms. Maybe I should, but maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just continue watching porn. Maybe that's the way before it gets banned, like Texas. I can't believe they banned porn. How's that? What are they going to ban next? Freedom of speech? Oh, yeah, they do that. They do that. They arrest people, thousands of people each year in the UK. Luckily, not here yet. But if it is, I might have to move. I might have to move somewhere else. I'm going to watch UFC today. I haven't been playing much new games. No good games. I've finished most of the good games on the PS5. They need to release new games. I think Ghost of Yote is out in 2 months. Yeah. I've been watching Alien Rebirth. Is that what it's called? Alien, the TV series. It's on Disney Plus. Little bit woke. But apart from that, it's pretty good. It's really entertaining. I like Aliens. And they talk about AI and how like cyborgs, half robot, like that's what my wife's turning into. She's going to become a half robot. That's quite interesting. What else is interesting? Leanne. And I've been watching Leanne, 16 episodes on Netflix. Chuck Lorre. Chuck Lorre. I think it's Chuck Lorre. 2.5 Men, Big Bang Theory, and now it's Two Old Ladies. And it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable, Two Old Ladies. And it's incredible how I like old people acting. That's kind of weird, but still interesting. Anything else I need to cover? My dad's back this week. I don't see him more than like a week a year, which is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy because he's constantly in escapism. He's always constantly searching to be accepted. But he can't get acceptance here because he doesn't want to face himself. Or he probably thinks he has. Who knows? I can only focus on my family. And he can do what he can for now. It sucks when people don't have psychedelics and then you try to like push them into what they enjoy doing instead of the social norm. They think the social norm will get him, or people think the social norm will get them acceptance from, whether it be your boss, your partner, your family. It's like, oh yeah, you're working hard, you're doing a good job. But I don't believe that. What else? I think people should just focus on what they want to do. They should focus on what they want to do before they die. Like, if you're going to die tomorrow, what do you want to do? Right? You quit your job and you just go fuck around or do something or find something you like to do. But instead of one day, imagine you're about to die, and that one day gets extended to 10 years. Then what are you going to do in 10 years? Go back to work? I don't know. Seems kind of dumb. If you don't have money, I get it. But if you do have money or some saved up, you should try push for something you like to do, right? If you're not going to starve. If you got shelter and you're not going to starve, then you should do something you really want to do. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. Oh, and I really want to beat our IRD at the game, so I have to do all this shit. But yeah, that's anxiety. It's like Andrew Tate saying, hey, everyone's trying to fuck with him, and he uses that energy, so that fuckery becomes his bitch, and he can fuck around with other people. Not in sex-wise, but just, metaphorically. What to eat. Still trying to do 1 meal a day. Oh, man, I'm getting in love with Parmigiana Reggiana. I'm getting in love with that cheese, which smells awful for some, especially if you grate it. Then the air, once you grate it, that smell just goes everywhere. But the flavor and texture is crazy. As you age, as I age, those things start to taste nice. Like the things you never eat start to taste nice, which is weird. Your palate changes. My palate's not a virgin anymore. It's had experience. Okay. I haven't had my coffee yet. It's actually pretty good. No coffee. Not too jittery. A little bit, but not too much. And I've just had a little bit of edible THC. No smoke. So I don't have to cough. Usually I keep coughing by now, but since I haven't smoked, I don't have to cough. Interesting. Taking large doses of vitamin D. Every time I get my blood test, I want to test my vitamin D. My doctor's like, nah, it's okay. You don't need to. No, you don't need to. No, you don't need to. So fuck my doctor. I just go straight to the lab, and you can just tell them you want to get it tested there. because doctors won't encourage you to test your blood in New Zealand because, they're not trained. They're just not trained to deal with other problems apart from what they're trained on. Anything they can leech onto you to make you come back and, pay for more pills, they'll do. And if you don't, they don't want to help you. Unfortunately. And this is like my family doctor. She's seen me since I was like pre-adult, like teenager-wise, or when I was 10. From 10 years old, it's been her. And it's quite disappointing to see the true colors. But I guess that's the system. She can't really fight it. Otherwise, she doesn't have a job. So I got to respect that too. What else is new? Buying new mushroom grow kits. Need to grow some mushrooms. What else? I think that's it. UFC today. I'm gonna watch UFC. Hamzat versus Dricus Duplessis. Duplessis. I don't know. Dricus. Chechenian versus a white South African, which will be interesting. What's North African? I keep hearing South African. What's North African? I know it's North Korea, North America, but what the fuck is North Africa? I need to Google that. Does that just mean something else? I don't know. North Africa? That's like Egypt, Dubai, like Arab states, maybe. I don't know. I could learn. I'll learn. When I have time. Oh, on the toilet next time, maybe. I don't know. Need to get more weed this week, running out. Man, so much shit to do, so little time, and I just can't imagine me working for someone else to be a slave for them when I don't even have enough time to slave for myself and my family. All right, I think that's it. I don't want to bore people. I think I've let everything out. Anything else I want to cover? I think, just stay free. Stay free. I think that's important because I almost succumbed and compromised to shutting the fuck up because I was hurting other people's feelings. But I'm just going to stay free. If you're hurt, then I'm going to leave, or you can just leave the space. That's the way to do it. Don't compromise your speech for other people. They are just bitches, and tell them to fucking grow up. Have a nice week.